Hello, Battleborn. Today we are going to go into the dojo with Ghalt and explore his legendary lore item. This is the UPR Synchronograph. The Synchronograph is really interesting. It depends on how you play. It used to be a really big item if you played Ghalt, because he could have several different traps down, and his traps would stun. And when they stun you, you would guarantee a hit on something. This, what happens is if you hook somebody into a trap, his whole mechanic was to hook you into a trap, keep you there, and shoot you down. Since Winter Update, that's changed, but the Legendary hasn't changed, so let's go ahead and see how this works regardless. So what we're going to do is we're going to go with the trap build, okay? So we're going to, well, don't need to worry about stealth, these guys will see it. We're going to go and try and put a whole bunch of shrapnel traps down that do a lot of damage. We won't be able to do it very fast, so let's go ahead and just get some things here. Get some hooks. I don't know. Honestly, this doesn't really matter. What matters is that we have, well, yeah, let's see if we need to put some traps down. Start to put some traps down and get some cooldowns. We need at least 2 down to make this work. Let's see how much damage they do first. We probably need to level up to level 10 before to get that static number. But I'm just going to show you what a couple of traps do first, and then we'll get that maximum down. Okay, so I'm going to stop them, body stop them until they stop in the trap. Ready? And hits for 190 and 190. Okay. So that hits for 190. Now, if we hook something into this trap, let's see if it does a little bit more. That's why I did the multi-hook, try to see if I can pull 3 of them in there. So 25% more damage would be about almost 50. So let's see. Wait for it. Okay, so they did take 50% more damage, just for sure. Or just shielded, so it takes longer. Alright, let me see. What's next? The only way you can multiply that is either 3 different bombs, which we did, or active 10% damage per active trap, which would, I guess, been another way to do it. But the whole point of this is to grab guys, pull them in. They do a whole bunch of damage. Do 259, right? And they take a lot of damage. Problem with the scab traps is that, well, let's do the area of effect. Actually, I want to do cooldown. I want to do the cooldown. And I'm going to let this wave pass, and then I'm going to set up right behind them, and we're going to see how much this does. Alright, we're going to put down some traps right here. We're going to try and see if we can get 3 traps down, because that'll be fun. Cooldown. And let's see if we can get these things to really lay into somebody. Maybe we can get 4? I don't know. I doubt we can because of the cooldown length. I'd have to have cooldown gear to complement it. Okay. Remember, we have to pull them in to the trap for the trap to do that double damage. So, or 25% damage. Boom. 420. Okay, so hitting them... I hope that's not a combined number, but that was a lot. That was a lot. But I pulled them in. I bet it was probably the climb 9 to it. Now here's another thing we can add. Easy target will damage amp those suckers as well. So let's go ahead and put a damage amp and then see the scrap traps on top of it. Come on, 3, 2, 1. And pull. Watch the numbers. That was a lot. That was a lot, but it already would have been a lot. But it was 25% more than it would have been. So that's what the UPR Synchronograph does, is it amplifies your scrap trap damage. Okay? Now, if we didn't have the hook, the damage isn't as much, right? It's going to be 25% less. It's going to be normal damage, 216, right? And it's because they have to be hooked into the trap. So it's a couple of conditions. They have to step on the trap, be hooked into the trap, you have to have a trap down. In fact, let me just put them down here, and I can pull them to 4. And so, this is several different conditions. And normally, this was actually not a big deal back when you could stun somebody, and you knew that that scrap trap damage would actually hurt them. But when you're playing now and those scrap traps don't actually stun you, since they don't stun you, it's not guaranteed that they'll take the damage. There's a slow, so that means they can still use a skill to get away. They can still use, they could pop a skill that reduces the damage they take, etc. So it's not that we can guarantee that same damage output as when they originally designed it. Are you kidding me? Hit their toes. Wow. All right. Wonderful. Okay. This doesn't matter. We're gonna try the next wave. How about that? All right. Let's aim for their heads instead of their feet. I know when some people jump and they pull, I guess it gives them a little height on the pull. I'm not a Ghalt player, if you can't tell. Knowledge for it. Yeah, that did good damage, and that cleared the way. But that was all 4 traps. All 4 traps to take the guys down. So, and I had to pull them into it. So UPR Synchronograph does add a lot of damage, 25% damage from traps. That's for sure, if they're hooked into it. So if you don't have a hook, or you don't have a trap, you don't have a hook ready. Really? Anyways, you can't get the damage bonus. So if someone just walks over it, they're not going to get the damage bonus, which is unfortunate, because normally someone would walk over it, they'd get stunned, and then the damage would go off, and it'd be hard for them to get out of the blast radius. But instead, we're going to have to hook them in. So this is the new Ghalt. They may have to fix the legendary eventually to account for that discrepancy, but it's not likely. So we're going to go ahead and just get somebody in here. 324, 320. Yeah, see, that's really good. So if you like playing traps and like pull off to the side off the main run, and then pulling people into it, there you go. You would consider the UPR Synchronograph, which is Galt's legendary. I mean, having has skill damage as a secondary is actually pretty good. So if you don't have a lot of different cure choices, at least consider that. All right, we'll catch you guys later. This is your Gumbo, and we Battleborn Beer. We'll figure it out later.